Hi everyone, welcome to Eve Math Tutoring. Today's lesson is on dividing fractions. Let's start off with the following example. 3/4 divided by 1/2. So when you're dividing fractions, what you have to do is write the first fraction and then change your function to multiplication and flip your second fraction. And at that point, you just use the rules of multiplying to solve your fraction. So you get 6/4. At that point, we see that we have an improper fraction, so we know that the top number goes into the bottom once, and we're left with 2/4. And now we have to see if we can reduce this fraction, and we can divide the top and the bottom by the number 2. So we would go ahead and do that, and we would get 1/2. Okay, another example we can try, 7/8 divided by 3/4. So again, we rewrite the first fraction, change the function to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. And we always have to do this. This is the only way to solve division with fractions. So then you go ahead and multiply. So it becomes 28/24. And then because this is an improper fraction, I have to change it to a regular fraction. So 24 goes into 28 once, and we're left with 4/24, so we end up with a mixed fraction actually. And then we can divide the top and the bottom numbers by 4, and that becomes 1 1/6. So 4 is the biggest number that goes into 4 and 24. It's the greatest common factor, so that's why we chose 4 to reduce this. Okay, now at this point, this is method A. I'll just show you method B. In method B, we could have just rewritten this part, and then at this point I could have canceled the 4 with the 8, and I would have gotten 7/6. 6 goes into 7 once, I'm left with 1/6. So that would have been a faster way to solve the same question. Another example we can try is 3/2 divided by 1 3/4. So when you're trying to solve an example like this, what you're going to do is change both the fractions to improper form. So 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7/2. Divided by 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7/4. Then we would change this to multiplication and flip the second fraction. At that point, we would get 28/14, and then 14 goes into 28 2 times, so that would be the final answer. That would be method A. Method B, 7/2 divided by 7/4. 7/2 times 4/7, and at this point I can cancel out the 7's. I can cancel out the 2 with the 4, and that would just give me the answer 2. Okay, so that's a little bit faster. One less step. Okay, we can try another example. 2/4 divided by 1 3/4. Change them both to improper. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9/4. Divided by 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7/4. Then at this point I would keep the first fraction the same, change my function to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. Once I do that, at this point I could go ahead and solve using method B. So I'd go ahead and cancel out the 4's, and I get 9/7, and then 7 goes into 9 once, and I'm left with 2/7. Okay, so that would be the final answer there. Okay, we can do another example. 3/2 divided by 2 3/7. So again, change the first one to improper. So 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7/2. Divided by 7 times 2 is 14 plus 3 is 17/7. So we would get 7/2 times 7/17, flipping the second fraction. Then at this point, nothing can be canceled out, so I would go ahead and multiply the top and the bottom numbers. Now we get 49 over 34. Then 34 goes into 49 once, 15 remaining over 34. Okay, so that's how you would solve that example. So just a quick lesson on how to divide fractions. If you have any further questions, feel free to email me at evemathtutoring@outlook.com. And you can ask if you would want me to cover any other examples or post different, do a video on any examples that I haven't covered. Feel free to email me at evemathtutoring@outlook.com and let me know, or you can also post a message on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks. Bye-bye.